Can you see me? Because I had a power failure at the last second before I went live. I'm trying to work everything out. I think I have my camera back. Looks like it. I won't even go into it. It was about an hour-long fiasco that ended up being a big circle where I'm back on the same camera and it works. Don't ask me. Do I have sound? It's one of those kind of Saturdays here. It's February 21st. I don't know why I need to tell you that, but I just feel like I do today. I have no idea why. But welcome everybody to 1111 Tarot, well, or True Crime. It's either way, right? This has been a whopping of a morning. I've been busy behind the scenes. I went over and covered a little UK business yesterday with the arrest of ex-Prince Andrew, but I'm back over in Arizona today. We're talking Tucson. We are still covering the Nancy Guthrie case, just as strong as ever. And in that, there's some information you need to see for yourself to tell me if we're looking at a second suspect. And is this the guy that has the ring? And if it's not the guy that has the ring, is his ring very similar to the ring that we're kind of seeing inside the glove there? Because that glove stretches over that perpetrator on Nancy Guthrie's porch. It stretches over his finger pretty tight there, and you can see the outline, the embossment of the underneath hand, and it has a ring. So, that being said, we're going to be looking at that. Bloody gloves have been found. Maybe you know, maybe you don't. They finally got taken into evidence. We'll be covering that. Let's see what else. There's a lot to go over. Backpack person, right? And also, the computer AI generated an image based on the mask. I'm going to go into a channel that covered that. And I was like, oh my gosh, that looks like someone we know. I wonder who. So, welcome in. I've missed you guys. I feel like I've been away. Maybe I have in a sense because I went to cover a different case. Not a lot of you were on that case with me. Had a lot of new faces. All right, you guys, let's welcome you in. Welcome to my live audience. I appreciate you so much. And I want to say hello to a few of you in just a moment. Welcome to my replay crew. I greatly appreciate you as well. Both of you have been doing all the replay hyping and sharing and liking and subbing. The channel is just growing and growing and growing. It's because of you. And I appreciate the honor of being able to continue to do what I do because of you. A lot of you also have been checking out my shop, which is 1111dex.com. And I just got in this morning, so it's not in the store yet, but it will be tonight. Well, I'll say tomorrow. I just got in a new batch of the Jersey Girls lotion. I know a lot of you are emailing me saying, you're out, you're out. Y'all, I'm trying to keep it in stock. I really, really am. She can only make so much. But that being said, I talked to her and I got bigger sizes available. So you can get more at once. More bang for your buck. And if you're like me, if you've tried it, I've sent out a lot of samples. You love it. You know you do. It's all organic and it's addicting. It's wonderful lotion, soothing. And so with a larger size, you'll get more. Hello, Carla. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Jennyville, Jennifer Swain, Debbie Gazzardo. Look at you guys all in a row. How about that? Hi, Linda Lou. Good to see you. Welcome back. Veronica, hello. Kelly. And Pentagon. I like your name. That's cute. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, everybody. Who else do we have here? Lab. I can't even read all that, so I'm just going to say welcome, Lab. And New York. Welcome. I'm not going to try to figure it out. I'm going to leave it alone, even though it's a mystery and I want to know. Hi, Casey. Hi, Wild Rover. Hello, everybody. We have a lot of people here. I can't possibly name each of you, so I will, let me set that up, say a giant hello to everyone. Welcome in. Mama D coming at you. We're going to get into it. Y'all, There is so much to cover, and all of it I'm like, oh. So let's start with the basic. First of all, there is a small search group of creators. You got it, YouTubers, because, you know, nobody else seems to be out there in the desert, but they're going to be doing a search tomorrow. And it's about time, right? But before we get into that, let's talk about this. Look at this picture right here. Let's grab it. See this? See this? Do you look real close? It almost looks like another person, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm going to let you be the judge of that. We're going to talk about that. Let's get started with JLR. And they're going to do another search.
So yeah, the official, not really official, but tomorrow we're going to gather on search at 8 a.m. at the Hobby Lobby on Oracle. So, you know, just bring water or whatever you need to bring, walking sticks. And then today I'm going to be searching too. It's not organized. I'm just going to go by my, you know, if anybody wants to join, I'll be out there today. So I'm going to come by and stop by and say hi too. But I want to be just, you know, looking through the washes. I don't know. I appreciate it though. You know, and if anybody does want to join tomorrow, man, it'd be awesome. You know, we're looking like there's a lot of desert out here.
I'll be there to document, and hopefully that inspires others. Is the plan to walk down the street? Where's this search going to happen?
Yeah. You know, the meetup is on Oracle, and that's kind of like the central to a lot of that's kind of been going on. So we can I think a lot of the washes, people, you know, there's even an abandoned mine in the Catalina foothills. There's a lot of places that need to be looked still. You know, there's the place on Campbell. There's, you know, the gloves that were found 9 days ago or whatever. Has anybody searched the middle part? You know, there's the island in between Campbell, because someone threw it out the right window. What about the left? You know, I'm just saying.
So you're looking for anything that has been discarded, like similar to like the gloves.
Yeah. And it's not organized, but if somebody is a organized searcher, it'd be awesome if they did that. But really, we're just by anybody's ideas. You know, nobody's the boss. We're just looking. You know, that's just what.
So it's kind of an unorganized search, but at least, you know, come on, you guys, we're on day 22 or 21. At least somebody, oh, look at my camera. Look what I did. I thought I did it right, but I did not. At least somebody's searching for this lady. I told y'all I had camera problems, so just church and coming in being like she had camera problems. Jason Bourne, welcome back, lovely. You said the mixed unknown home DNA could be the abductor. That's excellent. Now that I'm starting to understand more, because DNA, we didn't know what kind of DNA. Hold on, I need lotion, and I'm gonna put some on because it smells great. So we didn't know what kind of DNA, right? So now they're saying a mixture. That implies liquid. So is that spit? Is that blood? Was the perpetrator bleeding? Or the unthinkable, the very unthinkable? In true crime, we have to go into some dark places. It makes me concerned because, trigger warning, originally the sheriff talked about Nancy in her bed. And if they have a mixture, could it be semen? I pray to God not. But it does have me concerned. I pray it's blood, because a mixture can only, you know, it's not like the guy's going to pee on the spot. So if it's a mixture, we're looking at semen or blood, in my opinion. And hopefully it's blood, because that would be wonderful compared to the other. So, okay, I got too much now. You don't need much of this, and I always put too much on and then like get the big white arms. Can I ask a question? Isn't it weird that no one is looking for her? Okay, let's talk about that. Let me grab it. There we go. Can I ask a question? Isn't it weird that no one is looking for her? I've been bringing that up, y'all. I believe it was her who was brought to the hospital by helicopter. It was the same night they arrested Carlos. Oh, wow. That's a unusual theory. I had not thought of that. Smudger says, Well, and then there was the helicopter that took off, or the plane, the small plane, biplane, that took off at 4 o'clock in the morning that Nancy Guthrie went missing, but nobody wants to talk about that. It's just rumor. I haven't seen anything, but I mean, it came from the locals. I find that very interesting. Smudger says the sheriff allegedly said 2 ladies who wanted to search today had to get a permit to search. I'm going to kick him in the teeth. Casey, it's sad, but I think she's gone. I do too. I know, Enid, I know. I don't want to think that either. I really hope it's blood. I pray to God in heaven above that it's blood from the perpetrator. That is wrong of him. They brought in an 84-year-old woman. We do know that, but they said it was a traffic thing, but then there was no traffic thing. You know what I mean? Like it was a car accident, 84-year-old woman in a car accident. That they were, flight of life into Banner Hospital. And yet, there were no traffic accidents. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Pamela Edwards, welcome back. You would make one of the best detectives. You're simply amazing. Aw, thank you, lovely. Linda Beatty says, OMG, I never heard that you have to have a permit. Maybe the sheriff should be searching. He could not find his own socks. I'm just saying. And they could be on his feet. Tina says, in my opinion, they don't have to look too far from home from who did it. Maybe. Lottie, hello, lovely. It was a business jet that left in the middle of the night. A Cessna Citation. That's very concerning. The whole thing is bizarre. And that's true too, Lab. That's true too. We can't believe everything we hear. They should go sit by the hospital and see if the family goes there. Okay. Y'all, I'm going to jump over to Joseph Morris. Some of you like him, some of you don't. I don't want to hear it. I just want the information. All right? So let's go over and let's work together here. Be nice.
The couple, who asked to remain anonymous, found the suspicious black gloves lying 10 feet apart off Campbell Avenue in the Catalina foothills. They told KVOA, quote, sure enough, it was a black glove in the desert. It appeared to have looked like it was ripped. It also appeared to have blood on it. The blood appeared to be towards the wrist side of the glove and on the pointer finger. The wife continued, quote, it looked like this was used for something that could have possibly been what they were looking for. They didn't dare touch either glove, fearing they could contaminate any evidence, but they snapped photos and looked over the worrisome scene. The husband said, quote, and also from the glove, it looked like a blood drop on a rock underneath the glove was like dried blood or something. We didn't move it or touch it. We immediately were like, we have to do something. So I was like, I will call the sheriff department. And good thinking, because investigators rushed to the scene, questioned the couple, and stayed on the scene until 2 a.m. But the Pima County Sheriff's Department cannot confirm at this time if these bloody gloves are among those collected for DNA evidence. They stated, quote, detectives and agents have collected multiple gloves from the area, and analysis is part of the investigation.
Okay, why did it take them? My bird Sunny, hello, you say. Those gloves were found on February 11th. Why are we just now finding out about it? I don't get it either. It's crazy. Angela says it looks like the sheriff is deliberately trying to back things up. Like the glove found by the walkers. Unbelievable. It's almost as if he's compromised in some way. Almost as if. Lottie says, love watching them in London City. All right, you guys. So there's that. Let's look at the glove for a minute. I want to examine the glove together. Okay. So here's the original picture here. And I just took a screenshot of it. We're going to take the original picture over there. And I blew it up. We're going to make it much bigger. There's 2 of them. They found them several feet apart, right? How would you know if there's blood underneath it? Well, unless you were, and they waited around until the glove was picked up. So yeah, they could see underneath the glove when the police collected it. They had to call 911 to get someone to come out. That's crazy. This one, it's kind of like, yeah, a glove, but this one, this is the other one they found. Now keep in mind, I've got a smaller picture here and I wanted to blow this one up, so let's get it blown up. I wanted to look much closer at this one. I'll tell you what I do see. I see red staining very easily. We're going to use white. Look at this. This is all kinds of red staining right here. I'll remove my arrow. You look at that. Look at it! All right, let's get a bigger picture. Let's take another picture. Oh, I tried to do a video, y'all. Let's do a picture. All right. We're going to do it even bigger. Now, let's go over here and we're going to mess with the contrast to get a contrast, right? We're going to go a little bit lighter. Nope, let's undo it all. Contrast is not what we want. All right, let's go. Saturation. It's definitely got red tinges to it. Now the black is black. Let's take that temperature back a little bit so that it's really the color of the glove. Y'all, that looks like blood. I think they're right. It does look like bloody gloves. I hope to God they're getting on that. Look at this. It looks like raw red blood ran down this glove. Look at this. Right here. All right, now I'll take it away. See the discoloration there? Look at it! Marvel at my work. I crack you up, Lady Tidy. Hi, lovely. Welcome back. And it's Lady Tie-Dye, but she knows. I call her Lady Tidy. I think the sheriff is compromised. I agree. I really feel he ain't doing his job. Lottie says, I remember a report came back on 8/57 Tucson about a mask a neighbor found. Nothing was ever mentioned. Just all these gloves that came in after the mask. Interesting. So Campbell seems to be the road to search off the sides of the road 20 feet. Could be Calm Kitty, or it could just be where everybody throws their gloves for all we know. Love you too, Lady Tidy. Linda says, I think this is the one the FBI had. Could be. All right, so that's wild. Now, are you ready for this? Because this, I think, is going to help. So either look at the guy. It's all about the ring, you know, where the glove is stretched. And you can see the impression of the ring. Mine is a yin and yang ring, right? And if I had on tight gloves, you'd be able to see the impression of that ring standing up over my finger. Tight gloves are going to leave that, and you might even be able to get an impression, in a sense, of the shape. Well, this perp done screwed up. He's left a lot of clues that we're about to find. I believe a lot more as we go. So with that being said, we're going to jump over to this. Get ready. Maybe.
Investigators are still analyzing the doorbell camera footage released February 10th. The masked man, about 5'9" to 5'10", with an average build, wore a distinctive gun holster positioned between his legs and what looks like a ring visible through one glove. Sheriff Chris Nano said they're showing holster photos to every local gun shop and having teams examine the possible ring.
Ring, right? So let's go back. I got more to show you on the ring. Do you see it though? Let me do one of my things. One of my things that I do so well. Right? It's left an impression. Now, let's go a little further. So, I want to say thank you to that beautiful private eye that sent to me, because you guys have been doing great on sending me clips that I had not seen. And this clip had me stopped for a minute. Look at this.
Whoever's investigating the Nancy Guthrie case needs to check this out. So I don't know who this is originally from because I just saw it as a screenshot in the comment section of another TikTok video. But I don't trust anything I see online, so I did some research myself. Went back through the surveillance video. You can see it here.
See it? See it? So let me do this. Okay, let's add it to the page. Then I'll show you what she's going to tell you. Now look, what this looks like to us is that this ring has a very circular face, flat, and then would come down around the finger, right? So this would be flat. See, it's not picking up the light because this is a flat surface. And the light is coming this way. So it's picking up the edge of the ring, but it's not going to light the top. All right, let's get back in, and I'll let you watch what she has to say.
Whoever's investigating the Nancy Guthrie case needs to check this out. So I don't know who this is originally from because I just saw it as a screenshot in the comment section of another TikTok video. But I don't trust anything I see online, so I did some research myself. Went back through the surveillance video. You can see it here. Again, you can see it here. And then I found the interview with the other guy who had this ring on his finger, and his interview is pretty interesting.
My name is Jason. I have a premonition that after day 2, I have a premonition that the son-in-law has something to do with it. Not sure exactly what, but it was very, very weird that after day 2, they showed a picture of the son-in-law with 2 guys, and it hasn't surfaced since. He's been out of the limelight this whole entire time. No interviews, no sitting with his wife during interviews, nothing. So I just have a weird feeling about it. I could be wrong, you know, but I don't want to speculate, oh, it's him, because I don't want to speculate. Everybody speculates.
I hear you.
I want to speculate. He had a premonition. You know, we say at every case we work that it's often that the perpetrator, the actual aggressor, the criminal, likes to insert themselves in little parts of the ongoing press and investigation. I find that strange. I'm saying he's suspicious. Let's go back. I want you to watch it again. Listen to what he says, and then I'm going to break it down with his ring.
Whoever's investigating the Nancy Guthrie case needs to check this out. So I don't know who this is originally from because I just saw it as a screenshot in the comment section of another TikTok video. But I don't trust anything I see online, so I did some research myself. Went back through the surveillance video. You can see it here. Again, you can see it here. And then I found the interview with the other guy who had this ring on his finger, and his interview is pretty interesting.
My name is Jason. I have a premonition that after day 2, I have a premonition that the son-in-law has something to do with it.
He had a premonition, like his sunglasses. You know, I hate to say it, but he could fit the profile.
not sure exactly what, but it was very, very weird that after day 2, they showed a picture of his son-in-law with 2 guys, and it hasn't surfaced since. He's...
Okay. Here's that ring. Is that not strange? That is strange. I remember when I seen that guy on there. I know, Michelle. It's creeping me out. Ring is on the wrong finger? No. Go back and look. No, this would be, well, maybe. Y'all, you might be right. Let me look at this. It's so hard to tell, but okay, we've got one finger here. You could be right. This could be a pinky ring. This could be a pinky ring. Interesting. But even if this guy has nothing to do with it, you know, is this the type of ring that the perp was wearing, but perhaps on his ring finger? I mean, his pinky finger. I don't know. Does he look like the guy? Exploited Innocence says, I've been telling the creator who did this interview, go back and look at this. I've never had him say he will. This needs to be looked at and sent to the FBI. His name was Jason. He said his name was Jason. I need to get somebody to check him out, says Michelle. I don't know, y'all. There's something weird and creepy here. All your spidey senses are going off, and so's mine. Pentagon says, those who did this are scoundrels. They didn't care about the life of this poor, vulnerable, elderly woman. She lived through a nightmare. Sad, very, very sad for Nancy. Agreed. The guy's name with the ring, he said, was Jason, and a neighbor that lives about 5 miles away. It's definitely a pinky ring. Could be, y'all. You may have caught something even more. That's why I bring it to you guys. Because Mama D ain't got the best eyes. I can do all this stuff and show you a bigger picture. I could do a tarot read. I could do pendulum read. But it takes your eyes. That's why you're my private eyes. Alright, you guys. I want to look at him. Could he be the dude? Could he be the dude? Now, I'm not going to do facial recognition today. I'll let you guys think on it because I have some other stuff to show you that we got to get to, which is, are we seeing a second perpetrator in the background? I'm going to be asking you, but I was looking, and I find it interesting. He's got this little weird, like, on his lips, and this guy has a little weird on his lips right here. So I did find that strange. Not that it could be the lighting, you know. But you see what I'm saying? Like this lip comes down like this, but then there's this lip. It goes like that, but there's like a that. He's got something weird with his lips. Let's look at his lips closer. I want to see a little closer. Okay, let's take that set of lips. We're going to make big lips. Big old fat lips right there. And then let's take these lips, which we can't see much. Okay. Let's make them real big by it. There's something weird about that. There is something weird about that. And he could have shaved, so you can't go by the bearding. Top of the head looks different. No height difference reference. Truly no height reference. My bird Sunny says, I've been saying all along that the guy that did this is blending in with all the media. Oh my, that's creepy. But look at the lips, see what you think, let me know. Very strange. Pamela Edwards, right? Very strange. Nikki UK says, one said was a neighbor but lives a couple miles away, said he was sus, kept talking to jailer. This dude is, my spidey senses are like bing, bing, bing. Pentagon says, I believe those who wear rings on their fingers or on their little finger are criminals. Does he have a scar too? That could just be the way the lighting is hitting, but I will tell you, there is something weird about his lip. Let me get my drawing stick. I'm telling you, right here, he's got something right here. Now watch where I got that. Keep your eyes on the ball. Keep your eyes on the ball, and you can see it. Let me see if I can contrast this picture a little better. Now you can really see it, right? Maybe. I don't know. Do you see where the lip? It's just so weird. Like it looks just like that. Because it goes like this. It goes da 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 da. Flat lines right here. This goes da 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 down. Flat lines right here. Sound effects are free. What are y'all thinking? Angela says, could be back to hear what's been reported. You're right, they do come back to the scene. Wanda Dupree says, well, his name isn't Jason, so he's lying about that. We don't know if his name is Jason, do we? I'm Italian. I've seen Italian men wear pinky rings like an initial ring. Initial ring? Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, Kraken, welcome back. We need a tarot card and see if it's him. Mole under the nose could have been hidden by facial hair. Oh, yeah, because he could have shaved. I'm very interested indeed. Look at the shape of these lips. Let's draw them. Okay, let's see here. I can't. That's not right. That's not right. We got to go this way. Oh, and then it's doing the whole straightening thing. It's not my day-to-day with electronics. When I started and the camera went all crazy, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Okay, there's something, though, right there. I'm just going to leave it there. And I didn't do that right. I can't draw that direction. I have to draw going to the left. My brain doesn't, I don't even know if I'm right. And then the bottom lip's so hard to tell where it is. Okay, just look at that shape. Just eyeball that. Now, here I can only do part. But I'll try to finish it out as if. A little bit. And then he's got beard up here, so it's over the lip, so he has not shaved in a while. And then this would come down like this. You know what's weird is this whole really weird, okay. There's just no way for me to know, but it does look similar to me. What do you guys think? You think his Cupid's bow is much more defined than the Perp's lip? But you got to remember, this guy has not shaved, and this is his hairline. So if it was shaved off the top, if this Perp got the hair off the top lip, we'd see what his Cupid's bow looks like. But unfortunately, he's got shaggy, scruffy crap all over his lips. Whereas this other dude is completely shaved. So we can't know. We just can't know. It's too hard to tell. Okay, so you feel his top lip is a bow tie lip. I don't know, because like I said, this is his hairline. So you and I both know that this hairline is over his lip. But it doesn't grow right there, but then it's like way over his lip. Then he shaved it off. So he could have an area where the hair doesn't grow, but this went all shaggy and he just shaved. That's my theory. Michelle, you need to get a hold of Juror. Oh, of Junior? Who's Junior? Looks like he has no teeth. His teeth does look similar. Does he know Luke? Niski, Lord. Nikki K says, put a mask on any suspect and see what they look like then. It almost looks like the same you are doing it right. I think so. Looks like the perp has a slight overbite. So's that guy. Bubba Butt Face. Thank you, Wanda. That's why they probably found the gloves after the fact, all those people, and it took days to find it. He probably went there, put the gloves there. Exploited says, my stepdad was Italian. He definitely had a pinky ring with a ruby he wore all the time. It was something they passed down from their family lineage to the firstborn son in their family. Could this guy be Italian? Wearing the pinky ring. On camera, they also had a mouth torch, so mouth could be different. Right, Nanny Kelly, I agree. I agree. All right. So I wanted to show you that because I thought that was weird. And then let's get into this, because this gets just plain weird. And I thought, okay, I got to check it myself. So I went and got the video myself and grabbed a clear screenshot. And it's still there. Look at this. Oh, and I want to say thank you. Let me come up top side. I want to say thank you again to a different 1111 Private Eye that sent me this little clip. When you guys send me a video, make sure you timestamp where, because great information, but if it's a 4-hour video and you just put the link up and you don't tell me why I'm watching it, and you just say, you got to see this, and it's 4 hours, no thank you. I can't do it. I need the timestamp of what it is you want to show me. You can even screenshot the timestamp. If you don't know how to do a timestamp, all you would do is go to the part of the video, and then, you know, when you put your mouse over it, you stop it for a minute, the little thing comes up that says, you know, stopped video, and it gives you the time. You can just put a screenshot on it. That way I can follow it. But these little things help a lot. This is weird. I want your opinion. I'm not going to tell you my opinion. I'm going to show you what I see. Now, I sped this up by twice because it was really slow. Sorry, I'm so thirsty. It's so dry. So this person's looking behind the perp on the second video where he is coming up from the other direction. And they're looking back there. Now, I've got a better picture, so I'll show it to you. But watch what they're doing. This person, they're claiming this person's leaning in a car. I don't see the car. There's someone by a trunk, either in it or walking that way. I do not believe it's a car, but I'll let you be the judge of that. But could it be a person? Lottie believes that ring, that pinky ring in the glove, has a small stone sticking up. Hey, Lenny, welcome back. All right, so let me get over here. Let's see what she'd be talking about. So over here we have this beautiful picture right here, because it's bright blue and it's quite clear. That's why it's beautiful. And because it's a huge piece of evidence, and without it, we would be nowhere in this case. Now, let's go ahead. I took just this part of the picture, and let's focus on that. Let's do a little magic. I want to see if we can come up with it on ours. So we're going to lighten it. And right away, It is interesting. I'm not sure what to think, but I'm going to let you guys be the judge. Here's where we're looking. So this is where she's saying, I see one person. But she's claiming to see two. So let's go ahead and get it back over. Let's try contrast. Do you see this? So if you were to look at this as a person, here would be a hand, right? And an arm. The person has a mask on. You can see the first leg and the second leg. You can see the other arm and then the torso. Like my stick man. So I'm going to take all that off. You watch that, right? Watch that man. See what you think. Now we'll go ahead and we'll work on seeing if we can get it any clearer. Let's go ahead and sharpen the picture some. Let's take the contrast up or back. I almost feel back is better. Now keep in mind, this person could be walking away and may have a backpack on. I don't know. Maybe it's not a person at all. You tell me. I'm saturating it. Now let's go up in color. I don't know. I just don't know what to think. What do y'all think? Crafty Alice says, I see when he bends down to pick grass, we see a light from a phone coming from the front yard, and he looks up at it. I don't know for sure. Lottie says, I've watched these. She posted them on X, but the road is so far distance away from the house, which would make the person giants, I think. Not necessarily, because we don't know how far away this person is. Let's go back and look at this. Not necessarily, because what you're seeing here, right here with the trees and so forth, could be really far away. And this person could be maybe 12 to 15 feet from the curb. And all of that be the background. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know either. That's how I draw stick people. Exactly. You thought there were at least 3? Well, the Sheriff Nanu is suggesting now that it's possible there could be multiple perps. Are we looking at one in this? It looks like he waxed above his lips. It really does, Kraken. I would agree with that. He would be very tall. Light pole is on the left and the path slopes down. I don't see a light pole. That's not a light pole here. This is the mailbox. Let me show you. This is the mailbox. This is the cactus. But this is way down here in the driveway. You got the driveway that comes around and goes like this. You know, if a car was parked there, let's draw a car as if it was parked in the driveway. Put some tires on it. Maybe a little window. And then you got this dude, maybe. Here's his little mask. Arm, body. I don't think so. I don't think it's disproportionate that much. Is it a person? I have no idea. I feel like that could be easily debunked by taking a picture of that area from the porch, if we could get to the porch. But, I don't know. Tickety boo, could Nancy's meds be stockpiled so she has plenty for the time being if it is close to home? Let me ask you guys a question. If ransom isn't on the table, if there's no ransom on the table, why would you take an elderly, frail, medically disabled, medically in a sense of, you know, can't even walk over 50 yards, right? So that you have someone to take care of? I know you guys are very hopeful. I get that. But we're on day 21. You really feel that somebody fell in love with Nancy so much so that they wanted her all to themselves? Because we don't have a ransom. We don't have proof of life. Without proof of life, it suggests there was no ransom. So then what would be the motive to remove an 84-year-old woman from their home? Kraken says, I think you're right on. Thank you. I think Tommaso is the one that used to pick up her meds. They're expecting the money from the will. That's going to be a while, right? Lottie says, that's not a mailbox, it's a handrail on the steps. Oh. Okay, thank you. Tickety Boo says, can something be put over her pacemaker site to stop it from being traced? I do not know that one. You feel me, Jenny Vale, you feel me. Casey says he could have collected some over months. Cowgirl says, what is the motive? It makes no sense. What is the motive? That is the... You're going to get the goat. Cowgirl, you get the goat. You be the goat. This is Billy the goat, by the way. And, yeah. What's the motive? Nothing makes sense because the motive's so messed up. They love money, but they're not getting money. It's costing them. They're not receiving money. They're not going to get the money from the will for a very, very, very long time. They're not going to get life insurance till that body's found. They haven't got no ransom money. They're not getting money. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful here when I say elderly can cost quite a bit to maintain them. What, you're just going to take and hold her for hostage forever and just be like, crochet, Granny, I want more slippers. I'm sorry, I'm just saying this. Money, what money? I'll tell you the only motive that actually makes sense, and I'm not afraid to say it, and that is that none of it was a kidnapping in the first place. It was an execution hit to shut Savannah up and send a message to her to stay the hell out of the Epsom salt files. And I hope to God that's not true. But that is what I'm looking at, because I got no ransom and there's no incentive at all to keep, if you're the bad guy, to keep the 84-year-old woman alive. Every single moment that you're having to tend to her, you are missing in action, and people are going to start noticing. Number 3 or 4, what are you going to do? What are you doing? Keeping her in a camper way out in the middle of nowhere, and she's not screaming at the top? What, y'all? Choo train coming through. Sony says no. I'm not saying he probably asked her for money again, and she said no. Got ya. Gotcha. Jennifer Swain says Nancy refinanced her home 3 times. She had no extra money. Truth. Hey, Gemini, with the same FBI investigator leading this case that led the Lido-Ho case. The Lido-Ho case. You're brilliant. We know it's all corruption expected. Oh, for real? Is it really the same FBI? Yes, Mama D. He cracked me. Idaho. Meaning Idaho. Idaho. Michael Carty says that guy you showed with his, that had the ring on it, did that little bit strange. I think Junior interviewed is pretty sure you need to try to get a hold of Junior. He's streaming right now out there. Actor. I missed something, Michelle. I missed something. All right, you guys, real quick. Here we go. So, listen. This gets kind of wild. So I want you to go over and give Central Line Network a thumbs up and shout out. And then I want you to watch this AI generation where the mask comes off and all this. Okay, it's just a few seconds long.
Go back, you can see original photo, and with the help of AI, just stripping down the mask, which really didn't really remove it, just remove the texture of it to keep the whole frame of what this person's jawline is going to look like, right? Here's the jawline here.
Okay, so you get it. AI did it. Now look what AI came up with one of the images. This dude right here. And I was like, wow, even AI thinks that it could be Luke. I truly was like, are you freaking kidding me? That's where I'm going to leave it today. Oh my golly, that just killed me. When I saw the AI kick this image out, I'm like, that looks like Luke Daly. Even AI thinks it is. Too much. I gotta see what you guys think. I'm waiting for the lag on YouTube. Oh my gosh. Seriously, it looks. Casey's laughing too. Oh my gosh. And Zach's eyes? I have looked at Zach and I totally disagree. I don't think it looks like Zach at all to me. But that's my opinion. I totally respect your opinion. I think Luke, Kayla, and Tommaso are the three susses. And I would even put William in there because he's probably out of jail. Stephanie says the FBI won't listen. They hung up on you. Oh, Lord. I know, Luke. Luke and Kayla. All right, you guys. With that being said, I really want to I need a fresh look at the Nancy Guthrie timeline in a sense. Like I can't really pull cards and be like, at 3 o'clock this happened. Because that's not easy to do. But we can get, with tarot, the sequence of events that happened. So that we get we're walking the sequence of what took place. Perhaps that'll explain to us the motive. Where she is, I don't know. But it's worth a shot. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to hand it over, not just to our private eyes today, even though they're amazing, and I love them. I truly do. We're going to hand it over to all the subscribers. So it's a free-for-all, if you want to call it that, on the next live after the next live. So we have 2 more lives to go, if that made any sense. William is out of prison, says Jennyville. I've heard that, and if he is, he would be the big dude in this whole thing, if you ask me. And if you don't know who William is, go back and watch our last couple videos. I detail it all out there for you. Frickin' Angela. I love your name. Friggin' Angela says, it's definitely Luke in the mask. It could be. I'm not accusing him. I'm just saying, okay, I'm saying he's suspicious, right? I love you. Thank you for the hypes. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the likes, the hypes, the subs. Thank you for the love. I love you too. I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.
From the dust, I was born. To the dirt I shall return when my eyes are closed. In the shadows, my enemies will think they won, but I am here to stay. Destiny will overcome, no, I am not afraid. Like a phoenix in the night, my soul will rise. From the darkness to the light, I feel alive. I'm a fire burning bright, I'll never die. Like a phoenix